Rumi says, we have a huge barrel of wine, but no cups. That's fine with us. Every morning we glow, and in the evening we glow again. They say there's no future for us. They're right, which is fine with us.
In the time that's difficult, we welcome you, and we would like to make some space for a sacred love. Our school is based on Rumi's teachings, based on truth, love, and wisdom. And also we collaborate with people and teachers who are teaching love, wisdom, truth. Wine in Sufism is the connector, is the medium that connects us to God's love. Because God, if we are fortunate, is sending Sari, and Sari is the cupbearer and pours the wine of love in it. So the poem for the opening that I chose for you today has something to do also with wine. Drink the wine that moves you as a camel moves when it has been untied and is just ambling about. This translation is in Essential Rumi, and I find for you the verses so you can see the verses of Masnavi if you want to go back to the source. So today is my privilege to bring us on a journey of sacred love. This talk will be experiential as well as informative, and you will walk away with the specific practices for how to create a sacred space for love in your own life. Please welcome Miku.
Thank you so much, Fariba. So I am sharing with you today from Honolulu, Hawaii. And here in Hawaii, there's so much spirit of love on the island. The idea of aloha and the generosity of the island is very, very present today. So I hope to bring some of this aloha love. Also, if you like to light a candle in your own space, you're encouraged to do so to make the space really nurturing and just really tender and sweet for us to be here. So these practices come from my experiences with the Shoshone Métis tradition, Lakota, the Plains people, Haudenosaunee, the Sami lineage, the Anahuac maestras and maestros, Costa Rica, Peru, and Mexico, Quechua and Ashaninka traditions, and also teaching from the Anishinaabe tradition. The first thing let's do is just begin to come into the breath, to prepare for the first teaching, the first conversation about what is sacred. So let's prepare our own bodies to receive that wisdom, to receive this message. So all life is sacred. And that doesn't mean that, if everything's sacred, that means nothing is sacred. It's such a simple phrase. For the first people, all life is sacred. Everything that we see is sacred. There's nothing that's not sacred. All life is a mirror of the divine. So when we walk down the road and we see the grass and we see the trees moving, this is sacred. Through movement, through music, through poetry, through prayer. Just remembering that sacred is the pathway to the divine. Sacred is the pathway to the one. All life is sacred is so vast, so huge. How do we even, move in the world with that knowledge? I like to think of it in terms of a couple different spheres. The sphere of me, This is the we space of myself. I have my cells, my body, my blood. All of these pieces of me are working together in harmony to support my life, my emotional body, my energy body, my mental body. And then we go to the we of each other here on this call, these beautiful beings here. And we have the we of all beings, all 7 billion people on the planet. And then we have the cosmic we, the infinite. And in the sphere, the relational sphere of the we, there is no we that is not also the one. So every sphere that we relate on has this component of divine, of oneness, and of sacredness. Kind of just bring in a little bit of music and song to just keep the tender space. I'm sharing simple concepts, but they're so profound, you know. So I want to be able to create slowness for us to integrate that into our body. Now, how does the sacred connect to love? Sacred is love. Sacred is a pathway to love. Love is the pathway to the sacred. Love is the pathway to divine. There are many words and concepts that our human minds can grasp to arrive at the same thing, to arrive at source. You are sent here to learn, to love, and to receive love. You are sent here to learn, to love, and receive love. And the greatest gift new love brings to your life is awakening to the hidden love that's within you. Love should make you free, connecting to the soul body that connects you to the divine. Noticing once more your breath. Slow, deep breath in. Slow, deep breath out. Hold. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is the 3 different ways of cultivating sacred space. So the first thing I'd like to offer for us is a very elaborate experiential example of how one would enter into a sacred ceremony for the first people. It brings us into the experience of being a hollow bone. As we prepare to enter sacred circle, we become a clear channel, feeling your feet on the earth and the earth holding up your body. You stand in a line, one by one, being invited into the sacred space. And on either side of you, as you come in to the circle, entering through the east gate, gate of the rising sun, you will be smudged and greeted with love. Smudged on the crown of your head, both sides of your body, and your heart, where we name the earth, the sacred earth, tuning in and connecting to the energies of the planet, and our minds become one. We would go into the center in gratitude and prayer. So this is the example I wanted to give you of what it's like to set up sacred space. And it's very elaborate, but for you in your life, in the gatherings that you're part of, you can do something similar, but maybe smaller. Especially in these times, or in challenging times, one of the most important things you can do is have a practice. It doesn't matter what it is. Any practice. There's a lot of different things we can do. One practice from the Haudenosaunee tradition is to go and greet the sun. This can be profound and life-changing. What if every day you woke up and greeted the sun? What would that do to your life? That intense practice. You might try another, which is to greet the day. This is from many, many traditions. Every morning you wake up, one of the first things that you do is greet the day and give gratitude. And that's it. Really, really simple. But every day we do this and it starts to wire ourselves to create a practice, and it becomes the foundation of our life. Another aspect of sacred practice, this practice of bringing in love for ourselves, is self-care. So if you're running yourself ragged, it's really difficult to remember or even have the energy to keep up our practices. Before I would eat, and I still do this, before I eat every meal, I take 6 long breaths. Slow breath in, slow breath out, 6. And then I use the Japanese greeting. I say, "Itadakimasu." So I do that every time. It's built into my meals. When you approach your life, all aspects of your life, there's always an opportunity to bring in a little more love, a little bit more, even technology. And that's kind of my Achilles heel. So what I do is I decorate my computer space. I have feathers, I have stones, I have flowers, I have candles, I have crystals. And so if you haven't thought about that yet, it's an invitation to think about how do you approach technology, and how do you invite the sacred and invite love into that space? How can we be in a right relation with our machines here? Decorating with sacred objects, things that are important to you, things from your travels, things from the place where you live, pine cones, fresh branches from trees. It's transformative, the power of nature to bring and remind us where we come from. Today, I will walk out, and today, everything negative will leave me. I will be as before. I will have a cool breeze over my body. I will have a light body. I will be happy forever, and nothing will hinder me. I walk in beauty before me. I walk with beauty behind me. I walk with beauty below me. Walk with beauty above me. I walk with beauty around me. May my words be beautiful. May my worlds be beautiful.